going in this room. So I request all of you to get up and quickly say a hello and a namaste to all of you. Just keep moving around.
Hi, good morning.
And you can give a Galingi Bhakti also, but men, give only to the men.
Namaste.
Namaste, hi.
Equality,
Article 14.
Yeah, keep moving around. Keshi, what are you doing? Why are you standing here? Keep moving around. Come on. All people at the back, don't be lazy.
बात करना है, वीडियो नहीं बनाना है सबका।
सर का ही बनाना
हमारी सबका वीडियो नहीं बनाना है।
What are you doing?
हरिया सर, दिस एंगल इज बेटर और पीछे से लूं?
पीछे से अरे मतलब बीच में ensure that I am the star and the audience is in the background. Okay, so good morning again. So very quick ice-breaking session. So I'm just going to ask you 2-3 questions as entrepreneurs. All of us are, doing good in our life by the grace of God. So I'm just going to ask you 2-3 questions and quickly give you a model which might just help you to put some thoughts around it. So my first question to the group here is: how many of you would like to lead a comfortable life? Can you raise your hand, please?
That's a default.
नहीं मजा नहीं आता.
That's a default. Would like to मतलब
Comfortable life, comfortable. Your definition of good life could be very different from my definition of good life. Comfortable life. Would like to really just answer the question. Don't counter question. How many of you would like to lead a comfortable life? Can you please raise your hand? पूरा उठाओ. आपको आधा comfort चाहिए कि full comfort चाहिए? Okay. Now put your hand down. Now next question. How many of you would like to lead a successful, even more successful life? Yeah, put more. If you want to get raised both your hands. Excellent. Now this is where the problem of life is. You said I want to be comfortable, and you said I also want to
I
be
did not want
successful.
to say I want to be
So
comfortable.
it doesn't work that way, unfortunately.
I did not.
Unfortunately, and you cannot challenge my theory. It doesn't work that way. This is Dadagiri. So in life, you can either be comfortable or you can be successful. So the first principle for today is D for discomfort. It's loving the discomfort. It's liking the discomfort. It's being comfortable, being uncomfortable. It's one of the greatest discoveries of success that I made in my life. That Albert Ian Gray says, successful people are those who are able to do the things which failures don't like to do. Failures don't like to get up in the morning and come for a meet like this. Failures don't like to get up at 5:15 in the morning like I did yesterday and went to Boisar, and many others also. So it is not. So when I got up in the morning yesterday, I said, just go back to sleep here. What the hell are you doing? But I still pushed myself, and what a lovely day it was. Because of that discomfort, we got to hear a wonderful, inspiring story of Dr. Shah. It was amazing. So the reason we all come here is because we want to network, we want to get more business, but that does not happen from a comfort zone. So what is D for? D for discomfort. Second, how many of you, again the next question for the morning, how many of you would like to double your productivity? Can you raise your hand? Or double your income? How many of you would like to double your income? Excellent. So if you must already be working 8 to 10 hours. So let's say you're earning an X amount of money. So can you make it X plus X just by working double the amount?
No.
If you're working 6 hours, can you make it 12 hours? If you're working 10 hours, can you make it 20 hours? It's not possible. So there's a great gentleman called Frank Bettger who wrote this beautiful book called, it's one of the most amazing books which every entrepreneur should read. It's called How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling. How I raised myself from failure to success in selling. And Frank Bettger says, if you want to double your income, all you need to do is double your enthusiasm. It's not about doubling the amount of work. or doubling the amount of tools alone. It's about doubling your enthusiasm. So the most important thing which I discovered in life is, if you really love what you do, you will be as excited 15 years afterwards also, just as you were excited on the first day you started your business. Can you go back to that first day when you probably opened a proprietorship or a private limited company, or went on your first sales call for your product? Do you still feel that same excitement and that same enthusiasm 20 years later, 5 years later, 10 years later? Or you feel now you've got caught up in all those operational jhanjat and the rejections and the problems that come with it? So what is that you cannot drop your guard on? Enthusiasm. So if you want to double your income, what do you have to do? Double your enthusiasm. Third is, how many of you have got very high goals for your business? Can you raise your hand? How many of you have got very high goals for your business? It could be X turnover, profitability, whatever. And I know many people attend goal setting sessions. But the counter question to that is your system as robust as your goals? Because James Clear says in this amazing book called Atomic Habits, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you always fall to the level of your systems. I can aim for 20 crore productivity this time, revenue, as compared to 10 crore last year, but my system is not upgraded. I am still working in a very basic way. My fundamentals are not good. So I will not rise to the level of your goals. I can do any amount of visualization. मेरे 20 करोड़ आ रहे, लेकिन वो system silently बोल रहा है मैं जा रहा है. So you will not rise to the level of your goals. You will fall to the level of your system. So E is for excellence, and excellence is not in output. Excellence is measured by input. How good is your input? So D for discomfort, E for enthusiasm, E for excellence, and the last P, which is why we all have become entrepreneurs. What is the problem that you are solving for your customers? And what is the problem that you are solving for society through your business? I know we may not be the Tatas or the Birlas of this world, it doesn't matter. But we have created something. And I always ask myself, if my company, Hariharan School of Success Education, did not exist, HSSC, what would be the loss for this world? Maybe only I know that loss, but it's good enough that at least I feel that by creating HSSC, I am solving the problem of capability building in organizations and in society. So my purpose statement itself is to build a more competent society through HSSC. So do you have a defined purpose statement for your business? And I'm not talking about vision and mission. You see, many companies have vision, mission, values, but they don't have purpose. And then your vision and mission, they are brittle because they are not based on the foundation of purpose. So another book I recommend you should read is by Simon Sinek called Start With Why. It's a very powerful book. So I've already given you 2-3 references. So I am also an author of 11 books. एक आधी पढ़ लो, अच्छा लगेगा मुझे. So one book is called Leadership Gita. That's something I recommend to all entrepreneurs. You can go to Amazon, check it out. It's the 6 tenets of great leaders, because we are all leaders in our own way. So to sum up this little session, D for, it's a deep model, DEEP model. D for discomfort. And I recently read, I really love this quote by Morgan Housel, who's written a couple of 2-3 amazing books. Psychology of Money. Then he followed it up with another book called The Same as Ever. He says, in a changing world, certain things never change. Hard work never changes. Your systems don't change. Your fundamentals don't change. The purpose behind your business don't change. People behave in a certain way. That does not change. And he says, maybe not exactly the same words, but it's something very powerful. He says, the journey of success, in the journey of success, it hurts. Yes or no? there are rejections, there are challenges, there is a war going on, there is uncertainty. You don't know what's going to happen because on the 31st that Ganti will not come on the mobile, the employee credit that employees get. But so there is always this bit of uncertainty. He says the problem is not that it hurts. You should not mind it. You should not mind that it hurts. The problem is not that it hurts. What is the problem? I question it. Why is it hurting? Because there is no success if it doesn't hurt. So D for discomfort, E for enthusiasm, E for excellence, P for what is the problem and purpose, of course. What is the problem that your business is solving? Once again, welcome to this amazing BLL meet. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for this deep dive